to them. You know, when we launched Nando's into Australia, they were a tiny little chicken chain. They had one restaurant here in Melbourne and one restaurant in Bondi, and that was it. But they're ambitious. And they came to us and they said, guys, we want to be famous. And we said, excellent. How much money have you got? And they said, $5,000. And we said, well, that's less excellent. But we were young and naive and we thought we'd have a go. Now we knew that because they didn't have a lot of money, we need to leverage off things that were already happening in the community, things that people were already talking about. Now those of you who are old enough will remember Pauline Hanson was running for office for the first time, about the time we were launching Nando's on an Australia is Just for Australians platform. So we created one poster with our $5,000, we ran it once, we put it up across the road from Pauline's electoral office in Queensland, a long drive from the nearest Nando's in Bondi. We had a picture of a brown chicken, a white chicken and a black chicken with the headline, "We're all the same on the inside, Pauline." This one $5,000 poster made national television news, made national newspaper news, was on national talkback radio. Overnight, Nando's had become famous. And I said, wow, if you can do that with $5,000, do you reckon we could do some television with $10,000? And again, we were still young and naive, so we thought we'd have a go. Now, that $10,000 actually included the media spend. So the only place we could afford to run the ad was after midnight. So we created some television ads that were deliberately designed to look cheap and appropriate to the time slot. And this is one of the ads we ran.
Why not spoil yourself tonight? We're very eager to please. Prefer something a little exotic, insatiable? Have both of us for the hottest chickens. Call Nando's.
Okay, so a little bit of background on this ad. When we went to shoot this commercial, we had to find some chicken-sized lingerie. No easy task. So my business partner Kieran and I went to Sydney's most famous sex shop, the Tool Shed, to see what we could find. Now, just to set the scene, at the time, Kieran was a cute, blonde, bubbly 21-year-old, and she has a voice that's a mixture of innocence and enthusiasm. So Kieran bounds up to the counter of the tool shed and says, "We'd like to buy a leather harness, please." The guy behind the counter looks at me as if to say, "Well done you, mate." Then Kieran adds, "But it's got to be small enough to fit on a chicken." At this point, every pervert in the tool shed stops what they're doing and looks at Kieran and I like we've taken things to a level they never imagined possible. Kieran, of course, realises what she said and says, no, it's not a live chicken, it's a dead one."